All right, man. Heard it through the grapevine that Eddie Hearn never sent the $7 million offer for David Benavidez to come to the zone and fight Demetrius Andrade. All right, let's talk about that. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button, hit the bell icon button, hit all notifications, increase chance notifications. We go live or drop a video, right? So it's said it was being said that he never sent the offer. The offer still ain't been sent. At one point he was saying that they were even thinking about passing up on the WBO interim fight with Zach Parker, with a purse bid for Parker and Andrade was won by it was won by Frank Warren. I think Zach Parker's a Frank Warren fighter, and he was talking about they might pull out that fight and just wait for David Lemieux and David Benavidez fight. Now, how did the $7 million come about? Now, Benavidez's promoter, Samson Boxing, said that he said that they are willing, they would need more money. Now, he went on the Boxing Voice and said they would need more money than it would take to fight Canelo to fight Demetrius Andrade, right? So Benavidez came back and he said that he will take the same $7 million. I got a nice little plug that they offered Jamal Charlo to fight Demetrius Andrade. Now a little tidbit about that, right? They said that it actually was a 2-fight deal that they wanted Jamal Charlo. They wanted Jamal Charlo to come over to the zone for 2 fights. The first fight for 7, the second fight for 10. And that they basically just wanted to use Eddie wanted to use him to boost subscribers up on the zone. And that Eddie really would I just say this, it wasn't a really solid deal, right? It was not a really solid deal on Eddie Hearn's part. That's what I heard, right? It was not a solid deal. The Eddie Hearn, there was something fishy about that deal. So Charlo really didn't you know, you know, so, hold on real quick. So I hope I can read this. It said Eddie Hearn lied about the Charlo. He said blank blank said after Eddie Hearn sent Charlo the offer to fight Boo Boo, it was not $7 million for the first fight, and it wasn't 10 for the second fight. After Eddie Hearn sent the offer over to Charlo, sent it over to Al, which Charlo was told not to respond to the lowball offer. Demetrius had a rematch clause and Charlo didn't. That was one of the reasons too, and plus the money. Okay. So do you go right there? There you go right there. So it wasn't for 7. I gotta be truthful. That he never sent Eddie Hearn never sent Charlo the offer for 7, and it wasn't even 10. So I don't know what the exact number was. And Andrade had a rematch clause, and Charlo did not. So it wasn't Eddie Hearn the Pilgrim was not being honest. So that's exclusive news right there. People say, why did Andrade not say nothing? I mean, Charlo not saying it is what it is. So they're not doing everything to try to make the best fights over there. So they're not. Told you can't believe the Pilgrim. They said Eddie Hearn never sent the $7 million over for David Benavidez to fight Andrade because it never was $7 million offer in the first place. There you go. It was never 7. So when Eddie said he was going to send an offer, and David said, I'll take the same 7. They never had 7 to give them to. In the zone, it was rumor going around there that they, may not want to work with Devin Haney or Demetrius Andrade no more. They tired of them bleeding out money. Not saying it was true, but it was a rumor out there saying that. They was tired of bleeding out money to both of them. There you go. And so he never received the offer. So it never was an offer. Now, Jamal, excuse me, just went on Mike Tyson hot box and said that Tyson was like, well, why you ain't fight the Benavidez? He said because his value too low. He was on this Kevin Samuel. He's a low value fighter. And Mike seemed a big disappointed. He said he's a low value fighter. No value. Right? So, even if they did send a $7 million offer, Charlo had a bigger name than Benavidez. Benavidez's name and clout is growing based off guys not wanting to fight him and based off his very offensive style. So there you go. There you go. So is that considered a duck? Eddie Hearn is not operating in good faith. But they finding all this money to give to Triple G, throwing money down the drain. They not flipping no profit on Triple G. You know what I'm saying? The Canelo Alvarez Canelo. And they flipped the profit on Canelo, they wouldn't have filed. They wouldn't have been in the red. They wouldn't have been in debt. They wouldn't need a $4.3 million capital injection. Canelo put him in debt too. He's going to continue to put them in debt. There's no way they're getting a return on Canelo, bro. Think about that for a minute. They giving him $50 million. Let's just say $50 million if I don't know the particular money. They giving him $50 million, right? A fight now, right? And he was getting what, 35, 30 with Oscar De La Hoya and them, right? They give him $50 million, bro. All right, they doing pay-per-views, let's just say let's round up to 80. Right? So at $1 million pay-per-views at $80 a pop, and they keep the whole thing if they're not using in demand the cable net. That's $80 million. So they would need, because I think the promoter keep the gate. I don't know how the gate is split up, right? 80 million, right? That's what they would need. 50 of that is going to Canelo, right? Bam, that's gone. You down to 30. 10% goes to the network. You know what I'm saying? That's $3 million they get off top from even doing the fight. All right. So now you're down to $27 million. Still got to pay Beevil. Let's say he getting a nice 7. So they down to 20. And Eddie Hearn pocket the gate. He got to get paid. He gonna get a promotional fee from both. His money come out of, and Eddie's probably gonna get 45% of he gonna get half the 20. So that's 10 to Eddie off the rip. Eddie probably keep the gate, right? In the zone's probably walking away with 13. And they got sponsorships. They probably do split the gate. So, I mean, they would have to do $1 million at $80 to really get a return. You know what I'm saying? And then Canelo getting extra money on the back end from Mexican TV. You got to understand, once the pay-per-views go over 100 for Canelo, he gets 10% of the pay-per-view buy. So, like I said before, they had to do serious numbers. They had to do 1 million pay-per-views. And then also they doing a pay-per-view, which is it's a trial. This is a how can I call this? This is a I wouldn't say a prototype. I can't look at the proper words for me, what I'm really looking for. This is a test run. Not the word I was looking for. Still, it's a test run. Nobody knows how the zone pay-per-view works. And I believe the zone pay-per-view is exclusively through the zone, if my memory serves me correctly. So it says US and Canada, the event will be offered exclusively on the zone pay-per-view. So yeah, it's like ESPN Plus. And you notice with ESPN Plus, Crawford, they said a lot of people didn't know how to buy it. There was a burst boxing match that was exclusively offered on ESPN Plus. The first boxing match. UFC do it all the time. And the thing about keeping it exclusively on the zone, you don't have to share the money with the cable networks. That's what it is. All the money stays in house. So that's something to think about. So of course, if you look at the zone leadership board, they don't look like Demetrius, Andrade. They don't look like Devin Hayden. right? But Eddie Hearn ain't out here operating in good faith. That's why you can't take what these people say, you got to take it for a grain of salt. You got to take it with a grain of salt. Because they be out here lying. It was never that offer. So Charlo was telling the truth. And Andrade went to Showtime because Showtime gave a better deal. They gave a better deal. I mean, the Zone probably gave Andrade. I know they gave him a better deal. No, I know his deal supposed to be coming up real soon. I don't think he's leaving Eddie. Like he said, we're gonna pay him all that money to fight the Luke Keelers of the world. So Eddie Hearn's just trying to win the popular opinion, the social media opinion. That's it. That's all he's trying to win. And there you go. I don't know if Andrade know the truth, or if you do or you don't. Who cares? But then again, you got to ask yourself: is David Benavidez even worth $7 million? Charlo said he a low value fighter, like he did Kevin Samuels of boxing. Mike Tyson looks so disappointed. Says he's a low value fighter. So it is what it is. But is he? I mean, Charlo worth 7. Who knows? But hey, it is what it is. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And that subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance of notification. We go live, drop a video. Check me out on Linktree. You can find me everywhere on social media by hitting the Linktree link in the description, from Twitch, Twitter to Spotify, and some more. That's right in the description. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App, $sign CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link description. Appreciate the love and support. Check out my other channel on YouTube, Murder C Sports Talk. I'm going to continue to support, comment,